All right, Sky Eagle again, and with a great audience participation today. The question has come up about the circle law and what I can share about it. You know, the circle of law, from what I have been told and what I understand, comes out of the Iroquois Confederacy, which is one of the trails of the Anishinaabe people, and also the Algonquian or Algonquian, depending on how you want to pronounce it, people. They had a circle of law where they were going to create laws or enforce laws. They had an 8-directional circle, and in 6 of the directions, there was 8 directions. Each direction represented a faction of their people. So some were the war people, some were the peace people, some were the building society, some were the craft society, some were the I don't remember all of them, defense society. But anyway, every group over there had different factions to their tribe. 2 representatives were created for each one of those factions to represent it in the circle. There was always male and female in 6 of the 8 directions, male and female. A male to carry the active energy, and the woman to carry the receptive and birthing energy. Now that's an interpretation, so don't apply that to everything. That's the way it was. Male and female, they were considered equal. And so you had 6 directions that were representing their part. You had 2 other directions. You had 2 males in what was referred to as dog soldiers, at least back where I come from, or dogmen. They were the enforcers, like they were the firemen, they were the policemen, they were like the people of today's cultures that maintain order or regulate the order of things. And then in that circle, it was the west direction, they had 2 of the youngest pregnant women to represent the last direction. And how it worked was there was an elder group kind of sitting somewhere within the center, but they never had command. They were just in an advisory role. But the way that would work was every 2 years, they would take a law that's either on the books or one that somebody wanted to create, and they would take and use an arrow of a symbol of that law and then pass it around to each direction and have a conversation on how that law would impact their faction of the tribe. And that arrow would be passed around and round and round and round until they reached a consensus. And if they couldn't reach a consensus, the pregnant women would make the final decision. And the reason was because they carried the future of the tribe in their womb, therefore they had the closest relationship to the future. So basically the idea was that most of the other inputs were true, but they're also opinionated truths, so the women carried a real closeness to the Creator. Then every 2 years, the arrow was taken, it was broken, because it was a symbol of the law, tossed in the fire, everybody would let it burn, and it would start over. How does that apply to this current events? I was told that most of the United States government of democracy was taken from that model, changed from a male and female to a Democrat and Republican. change from the pregnant women to the presidency, change from the enforcers to the Department of Justice. And that was done under the Jefferson and Madison presidencies. And that knowledge is out there, and it's in the public domain, and you can pick up pieces of it to verify, if you like. That was the original democracy that the democracy of Turtle or United States government was formed off of. But they changed the crucial ingredients, and therefore it never had a chance to find out if it could have maintained in this kind of world. Anyway, there's a lot more on that, and I'm not going to start listing published books. I'll wait for another time. Anyway, thank you. Might be something to it. You might want to try it out. I hope.